Who is Tony Ornato? As a high-ranking Secret Service agent, Ornato protected presidents for years. But under Team Trump, he was given leave to be elevated to a new, unusual, and powerful role: assistant to the president and deputy chief of staff for operations. There, he oversaw thousands of employees and worked so closely with the president that the Washington Post identified him as one of several people tied to the Secret Service facing criticism for appearing to embrace Trump's political agenda. Some colleagues are also speaking up. A former communications director for Trump, now a CNN commentator, says she warned Ornato of potential problems before this chaotic clash with protesters at the White House in 2020, only to have Ornato deny the conversation ever occurred.
He's someone I know to have been dishonest in the past.
Ornato also disputed talking about moving Vice President Mike Pence from the Capitol during the January 6th attack, spurring another colleague to tweet, "Tony Ornato sure seems to deny conversations he's apparently had. Those of us who worked with Tony know where his loyalties lie." And from another, there seems to be a major thread here. Tony Ornato likes to lie.
Oh, damn. Tony Ornato, the controversial Secret Service agent that was oddly really close to Donald Trump and maybe even had other kinds of positions, not maybe, definitely had other kinds of positions within the White House. He has suddenly retired from Secret Service. And it comes at an odd time because we're still trying to figure out who's gonna clear this whole thing up. Because in case you forgot, remember Cassidy Hutchinson, who used to work within the Trump administration, testified with some damning testimony that included Tony Ornato. In case you forgot, remember this.
The president said something to the effect of, "I'm the effing president, take me up to the Capitol now." To which Bobby responded, "Sir, we have to go back to the West Wing." The president reached up towards the front of the vehicle to grab at the steering wheel. Mr. Engel grabbed his arm, said, "Sir, you need to take your hand off the steering wheel. We're going back to the West Wing. We're not going to the Capitol." Mr. Trump then used his free hand to lunge towards Bobby Engel. And when Mr. Ornato had recounted this story to me, he had motioned towards his clavicles.
Did Mr. Engel correct or disagree with any part of the story from Mr. Ornato?
Mr. Engel did not correct or disagree with any part of the story.
Mr. Trump, we're not going to the White House or you don't get your fruit snacks. That's what happened in the car. She's testifying. But of course, Secret Service personnel completely denied this. They came out vehemently and said, "This is an outrage. All these are lies." Remember what they said? Watch more.
I'm sure many of the former president's defenders, though, she wasn't in that car. She wasn't in the Beast, the president's car, with the Secret Service agent, which would lead one to think the committee wants to talk to that agent or agents, right?
100%.
Story of then President Trump lunging at Secret Service agents January 6th spurred a quick denial from the man she says told her the tale, Tony Ornato.
According to the Secret Service source, Ornato was saying that this did not happen.
This did not happen. That's why one of the attorneys for Hutchinson tweeted this out. Ms. Hutchinson testified under oath and recounted what she was told. Those with knowledge of the episode should also testify under oath. That's where the crux of this whole thing happens. That's why I'm bringing this up as far as him retiring. Because again, they're supposed to testify. They're gonna clear this whole thing up. Did that really happen? Is that gonna happen? Let's find out. Although Ornato quickly signaled that he was willing to testify in response to Hutchinson's account, he has yet to appear for a new interview with the select committee, according to two people familiar with it. Asked about the status of those discussions, another member with this, Guglielmi, I think I screwed up that person's name, "We have continuously made Tony Ornato available," is what he noted. However, that Ornato is now a private citizen and no longer a federal employee. It's pretty convenient there, isn't it? Also in a statement, Ornato said he retired today to pursue a career in the private sector. He said, "I retired from the US Secret Service after more than 25 years of faithful service to my country, including serving the past 5 presidents. I long planned to retire, and I've been planning this transition for more than a year." You know what else happens, Ben? I'm long planning to retire too. Long planning, like when I'm 67 years old. I've been planning it like 25 more years from now. I plan on it. So you guys can't say that I suddenly retired because I'm not gonna testify. I wanna make sure that you guys never get anything that I'm gonna lie about and say on record. Again, this is my speculation, but his long plan finally came to fruition.
Yeah, I'm long planning to retire as soon as my scandal comes out. I'm announcing that now, so nobody suspects anything. I mean, that retirement statement was the most "thou doth protest too much" I've ever seen. He was like, this guy literally 25 years in the Secret Service, and his statement was 3 sentences saying, "I planned this, don't think this is suspicious at all. I've been wanting to leave, it's got nothing to do with me being afraid of this. Please look over here, tree, look over here, squirrel." I mean, it's so obvious that this guy is a little scared of speaking the truth. Now, that said, I do hope they can still get him in to testify under oath, because it's not the most corroborated testimony when it's Cassidy Hutchinson saying a story that was told to her by a guy who denies it. That's not ideal. That's the one part of all of the Jan 6 hearings that I personally doubt a little bit too, is especially Trump lunging for the steering wheel, lunging for the guy. Only because I've never seen Trump move at any sort of rapid pace. I don't imagine he could lunge for anybody or even would. And I'm not even so certain that he really wanted to be with the riffraff in the middle of danger. I think he probably wanted to watch it on TV while eating Big Mac. So the truth will still come out on that particular part of the story, but a little scary to hang your hat on secondhand information. You know, he could have also been just kind of embellishing the story a little bit when talking to Cassidy Hutchinson.
That's
Maybe
what some
had a
people
crush
were
on.
saying.
Who knows?
I remember some people were saying that when it was happening, and the lunge motions of Donald Trump probably happened right around when his golf ball is near the hole and it's not going to go in, so he lunges and shoves it in. That's definitely the biggest movements that he's got.
Which is exactly what he also does, you know, when he tries to be intimate with Melania. He just lunges forward and tries to get his balls in the hole, and it's not, you know, it doesn't work always the way you want.
Don't you do this to me, bro?